How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Historic Brawl. Today, Shadowfax, Lord of Horses, is on the menu. Free Mo, I think. I guess this will work. So, we started off with Horse Tribal deck, and that got us 10 creatures, and that wasn't going to work. So then we went to, well, if they're not horses per se, we can have artwork of people with horses in it. I don't have any in my hand at the moment, but we have like 6 or 7 cards that are just people with horses. And then I kind of filled out the rest with just card draw and cards that are generically good within the colors. I don't know. Shadowfax has a Horse Lord ability, but his most powerful ability isn't a Horse Lord ability, right? It helps horses, but you can put any creature into play as long as it has less power than Shadowfax. So as long as it has less than 4 power, you can put it into play. So I don't know, man. I wish we had more horses. I was laying down preparing to go to bed after building the deck earlier yesterday morning, and I thought to myself, I could have put unicorns on the deck to fill it out, and there were like, I think last time I checked, there were like 15 unicorns, so we could have had like 25 creatures, and that would have been reasonable enough to just call it a deck, but I kind of forgot that unicorns were a thing. And, well, here we are. We have elk instead. It's basically a horse, right? Actually, I don't think it is. Because these guys are called ungulates, right? Because they have one hoof. But then you have most things not being that way. They have split hoofs. Rude. It's been a while since I've seen Maelstrom Pulse. Go, my heart. Just got 8 value. Okay. Shadowfax gets to live. Probably not a great decision, but man, Star of Extinction is gonna be brutal. So if I get a land, I'll go up to 6. I crack Burnished Heart. You say tapped it, don't you? Okay. Well, we'll hold up Settle, and then we'll crack Burnished Heart if they realize we're holding up Settle. So we don't really have creatures, so... Yeah, mutates and enter the battlefield is a cast trigger. It's not enter the battlefield. So it doesn't work with Yarok. We'll do it the hard way if we have to. So what do I want? I'll probably want whites. Shadowfax is now the god of horses. Shadowfax is now an indestructible god of horses. Diamond Mare, one of the 10, is gonna have to die, but very neat stuff, opponent. I don't know, Mutate was one of those underwhelming mechanics that I just really ended up loving. Because you kind of just like stack abilities on top of creatures, and while it takes a while to get to a point where you mutate into something really, really cool, because every time you do it you get like 6 abilities, it's still a neat Yeah, just block with my Lord of Horses. I was gonna try to take him off blue, but Shadowfax, Lord of Horses, is all that remains. I sadly don't have a creature for him, but so if they spend their turn playing Yarak, they go to 6 next turn, right? They'll go up to 8 during, or 9 during our turn, but Aldrotha makes more sense. Got a land in there? Or have you already played for the turn? I don't think you have. You could just, yeah. Get it back. Kind of making it worse. Let's hope our opponent's not too observant. We milled a Pouncing Shark, which bounces, which is one of the few ways to remove our indestructible. Well, that's also a way. We came so far. You know, I originally thought that their name was a reference to Yarak, but that's Yuri, which is something altogether different than Yarak. Okay. Last card is a Settle. Your Mutate is kind of cool, though. I will give him props for that. Do they have a counterspell? They have a Jace avatar, so having a counterspell wouldn't surprise me. We're hanging on. We're hanging on. Did not expect Shadowfax Lord of Horses to be such a slugging, a knockdown, drag out, slug out game 1. I think I'm gonna mill you. Yeah, it's fine. It's a horse. Yeah, go. No, not my horse. Oh well. I don't think I have any Praetors. So I think if I sacrifice this, I get nothing for 10 mana. But if I get desperate, we'll do it. Oh. Right. I guess I do have Phyrexians. Need opponent. You have more choices now. I should have done that last turn. I would have won. I just forgot that changelings are also Phyrexians. Wow, Realmbreaker's kind of broken in these janky tribal decks, isn't it? Because you can get half your tribe out in a blink of an eye. Huh. So we only really care about this one. They can destroy a permanent if they want to. They're still dead. They can search up a land, put it on the battlefield. They're still dead. Right, they don't even get the mutate trigger because mutate is an ability, not an alternate cast. I don't even know if you'd be able to use alternate cast with Immersion Ultimatum. I don't think you can, but I've never tried it really. Go on opponent. You're gonna hit one of my lands? My worry? Feels a bit late for that. So if they block my 3 biggest creatures, they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well. Go Esper Sentinel. Yep, and then the Impostor, the Pride. Or the base token, but Impostor's really the synergy piece. Doesn't matter though. But they took 11 with Esper Sentinel. That's pretty good. Pretty good. We have achieved victory in game 1 with horses. Huzzah. I didn't really think it'd be possible, but hey, good to see a pack. Let's say videos have been doing really well lately, so I just wanted to briefly thank you guys for it. I was gonna do it at the beginning of the video where more people would be listening, but I forgot. And then I awkwardly thought to myself, how do I organically insert this into the conversation? And in a moment's notice, I decided the boat for that is sailed. Just go ahead and say it, man. And that's how that came out. So thank you guys. Always appreciate you. Lots of comments too. Always like reading comments. A couple of lore discussions on Lord of the Rings. That's always cool. I think I'll keep this hand. This hand is decent. It's got the stuff. It's got a horse. It's got a guy on a horse. You see, I don't know if the horse is also an elemental or if the guy is the elemental, right? With Thornwood, with Cavalier of Thorns, I'd say the horse is probably part of the elemental. But these two could probably just be separate elementals. Have you met Bill the Pony, opponent? Rizzo. Next one we can Cavalier Thorns. God, Bill the Pony. What an amazing dude. He held down the fort all by himself. We're going to discard 2 lands. Probably not the right choice, considering what we drew, but is it like a Liliana themed deck?
Your day is mine to ruin.
My anger's still fine. Okay, we have won game 2 with horses, despite some of our questionable discard choices. But as I God, what is the name of the Cavalier? Cavalier Thorns, I guess. No, that's the green one. I can't distinguish between the green one and the red one at the moment because the green one is so ubiquitous and the red one is just so not used. But the red one, when it dies, its ability triggers based off how many lands you have in your graveyard. So I thought if I put a couple of lands in the graveyard early, I might be able to snipe something down later. I just didn't bank on the possibility that throwing away all of my lands would result in not drawing any lands. I mean, anger was still OP in that situation, but what can you do? Going on to game 3. It's taking a little bit longer to find a match than I am. Hey, there we go. Than I'm usually experiencing at the moment. So Gwyn of Ashvale. Keep. I don't know if you guys will actually ever see it, but I actually built a little template deck to help in the smoothing out deck construction. Part of the reason for that is I've noticed that with my recent decks, the consistency just hasn't always been there. Like, it shifts in consistency, and I think part of the reason for that is because I rebuild the core of the deck every time. And I think working off like a stable deck core might improve the consistency of my decks, but I don't know yet. If I don't end up liking it, I'll just delete it and forget that it ever happened, but if not, I'll keep it around, continue to use it to help build decks. So the idea is that it's basically just your set mana rocks, right? And a reminder that you need some kind of removal spells. So you have your good mana rock slots. You have a couple removal slots to remind you that you need to fill out those slots with removal. And that's basically it. Like, it's not very in depth or actually that interesting, but I don't know. Improving our ability to construct decks is dude, if I had known you wore a horse, I would have put you in my deck, AR's Oathsworn, even though that's not legal. Oh god, it's grown outside of Hour of Devastation range, thanks to the mace. I wonder if Lord of the Rings had any knights in it. Like, obviously it had knights, right? But, like, are they typed that way? Go Shadowfax. Go Laia. We've kind of caught up in damage. Shadowfax is OP if you get him going. They are going to tutor this turn, though, so if I were them, I would tutor for Wrath. Seems like the best plan, although they might not even need that. Like, we're almost at the point where they could tutor for a Lightning Bolt and just end our lives. Although, is Lightning Bolt legal in Historic Brawl? I don't know. It's not legal in Historic, so... But then again, that has never really meant anything for Historic Brawl anyways. Like, Uro is legal in Historic Brawl, which makes no sense. But he is. You know, you can play with him. I do enjoy revisiting an old friend now and then, but there is a weird inconsistency between the Historic Brawl ban list and the Historic ban list that's just kind of baffling sometimes. We need to draw something. Or do we just attack? Rude. How do I get one more damage? I could rather away my board. Oh, that would have been one more damage. Oh well. We lost game 3. We came obscenely close, though. GG. So that was Shadowfax, Lord of Horses. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.